Their tent is still standing when it's found. Boots are inside it, lined up neatly, and the fabric has been sliced open from the inside, not the entrance, the sidewall, as if something made 9 experienced hikers claw their way out into minus 30 degrees rather than walk out the door. Every one of them is later found dead, some barefoot in the snow. Some with injuries a search team said looked more like a car crash than a fall. Stay to the end, because the official case file was sealed for decades, and even the explanation Russia settled on 60 years later still doesn't answer everything. In late January 1959, a group of 10 experienced skiers and hikers, mostly students from a Ural Polytechnic Institute, set out on a demanding wilderness trek through the northern Ural Mountains, led by a 23-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov. One member turned back early due to illness, leaving 9 hikers to continue. It was a serious, well-planned expedition. This was not a group of careless amateurs. Several members had completed treks like this before. On February 1st, the group made camp on the slope of a mountain the local Monsey people called Kolitsayakal, which in their language translates uncomfortably to Dead Mountain. It was meant to be one of the final nights before turning back towards civilization. The last photographs recovered from their cameras show ordinary, almost cheerful scenes. Men digging out a tent platform in the snow, joking with each other in the cold. Then nothing. The group missed its planned check-in date, and after several days of silence, search parties were sent out. On February 26th, searchers found the tent half-collapsed under snow on the mountainside. It was still staked down. Inside were the hikers' coats, boots, and supplies, untouched, as though the group had left in a hurry with every intention of coming right back. The tent's canvas wall had been cut open from the inside. Footprints, some in socks, some barefoot, led away from the tent, down the slope, toward a tree lean over 1 kilometer away, in weather cold enough to be lethal within minutes. The first 2 bodies were found near the tree lean, beneath a large cedar tree, wearing only underwear in freezing temperatures. Nearby, the searchers found the remains of a small fire and evidence that branches had been broken far up the tree, as if someone had climbed it to look back toward camp. 3 more bodies were found scattered between the tree and the tent, appearing to have died trying to return. It would take almost 2 more months, until early May, for the final 4 bodies to be found, buried under snow in a ravine further downhill. Those last 4 told a very different story from the first 5. One woman was missing her tongue and eyes. 2 of the men had fatal chest fractures. One had a crushed skull. And the Soviet medical examiner stated that the force required for those injuries was comparable to a car crash. Yet none of the bodies showed any external wounds, bruising, or soft tissue damage to match it. Some of their clothing was later found to carry unusually high levels of radiation. The official Soviet investigation, closed within months, listed the cause simply as a compelling natural force and sealed the file. For 60 years, the explanations piled up. An avalanche, though the slope's angle and the untouched snow made that unlikely to investigators at the time. A secret Soviet weapons test. Even in the wildest versions, an encounter with something that was never identified. None of the theories explained everything. The tent cut from inside, the barefoot escape, the radiation, and the crushed chest without bruising, all in one single consistent story. In 2019, Russian investigators reopened the case and eventually settled on a specific kind of avalanche, a slow slab of snow that can release without the dramatic visible signs of a typical slide, potentially explaining both the panic and the crush injuries. It is the most scientifically plausible answer yet. It is also not one that every researcher or every family member of the 9 hikers has fully accepted. Whatever happened on that slope in February 1959, it happened to 9 capable experienced people who had faced hard winters before and who cut their way out of shelter into a cold that kills in minutes rather than stay inside. 60 years of investigation have narrowed the possibilities without fully closing the case. That gap between a plausible answer and a certain one is exactly why this story refuses to be forgotten. If unsolved mysteries with real evidence and real people keep you watching, subscribe. There are more true stories history never quite finished explaining.